another yin yoga posture. This one is targeting the hip butt IT band area, called a shoelace pose, and there's a few variations of this pose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my left leg underneath me, and I'm going to line up my knee with my navel, and then I'm going to bring the right leg over top. Now, if you can't bring this right leg over top and your knee is actually in the center, so sometimes people can't do that, but it's because the knee is still not centered. So you want to make sure you bring the foot quite a ways over. But if you can't bring this foot over, you'll always have the option of straightening out the bottom leg, okay, and practicing it this way. Or if you had a knee issue and it was bothering the knee, then you would want to straighten the bottom leg. Okay, so that's an option for those who need it. Just coming into your legs stacked. And again, you may be here for this pose. If you're leaning quite a bit, then again, I would straighten out the bottom leg or put more height underneath your hips. But you're just going to bring the knees down as close as you can towards each other. For a lot of people, right here is the pose. This is it. So if you're feeling a stretch in your hips, please stay right here. But for those of you that are more open in your hips, you may need to fold forward in order to feel a stretch. So again, I'm going to time this for 5 minutes, but if you're new to yin, you may want to set your own timer and start with a couple of minutes, or anywhere up to 5. So anywhere from 2 to 5 is a good starting rate. And if you're feeling a stretch here, stay upright. If you're not, you can start to fold yourself forward. And again, I'm going to be making sure that I keep my mind and my awareness on what I'm actually doing here right now. When we're still, oftentimes the mind will use this as an opportunity to check out and to either daydream or to wander away or to think or to plan. So try to keep your mind focused on the sensations in your body. So you want to focus on either the stretch or maybe on your breath, or you could even target your breath into those areas that you're feeling. So really trying to breathe into those muscles that you're becoming aware of. So just folding forward to whatever degree you can. Take your time. Allow yourself to come out slowly so you're honoring that rebound effect of the pose. And you can gradually walk that leg out. And again, stretch the bottom leg out too. So some people again just like to take a couple of more minute or so just in stillness. Some people feel the need to move around, move the knees, the ankles. Okay, so you can do that. You can lean back into your hands and wiggle the legs if that feels better for you. So about a minute or so before we move to the next side, just doing whatever it is here that feels right for you. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly move over to the other side. So this time I'm bringing the right leg on the bottom and crossing the left leg over. Again, you always have the option of straightening the bottom leg. So it would look like this. Okay, if you're unable to cross the leg over, or if you have knee issues and the bottom knee is not comfortable in this pose, you can always straighten that leg out. Okay, so I'm going to keep mine bent, stacking the knees to the best of your ability, but again, if you're tighter, you're going to be up here. Okay, that's okay. Then just stay sitting upright with the knee here and maybe tuck the side of the foot under. But for those of you who can stack your knees, then coming forward, if you need to. Again, a lot of you are going to feel a stretch right here. Some of you are going to have to fold forward a little bit, or folding forward to whatever degree your flexibility or your proportions will allow. So for me, I'm quite open in the hips, but in this pose, I quite quickly am going to be resting my chest on my thighs. So this is just as deep as I can go into this pose for my particular proportions. But some of you may have longer torsos and may be able to come quite a bit more forward. Okay, so coming forward to whatever degree works for you, or staying totally upright if this is a tight one for you. And then just letting yourself soften in. Bring your awareness again to your body. So the target area here is the hip butt IT band. Slowly bring yourself up, taking your time, and slowly walking yourself out of the pose. Okay, so untangling the legs, maybe just bringing the legs out and taking a few breaths in stillness, or if you feel like you need to, wiggling around the legs, moving the feet, the ankles, maybe internally and externally rotating in your hips for a few breaths. So whatever you need to do for the next minute or so until that rebound effect of yin starts to dissipate and you begin to feel more like your familiar self. Okay, so shoelace pose, great posture again for targeting the hip butt IT band zone, and there's variations there to practice if you find that you're not flexible, if you have knee issues. So I hope that you found that helpful. If you like this video, take a moment to like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want more yoga videos and more in-depth and longer practices, then take a moment to go onto my website and sign up for my newsletter list at nickdanu.com. Thank you. Namaste.